For me, it was, doubtfulness and hopelessness. I had hit many walls where I felt that, this business wasn't scalable, or maybe I had to do a different business because mine's too unique, or some element of that. But it was highly, it's highly frustrating, and just really a lot of self-doubt. I'm Bill Kaitz. I am the visionary of Promethean Marketing, and we use direct response marketing to help public companies raise capital. But there was really a big breakdown between my vision for the company and the team's understanding of not only where we were going, but what they could do to contribute. We later learned that this was really just a clarity in all aspects. But the biggest frustration, I would say, is we had all the tools and all the skills. We just didn't have any of the blueprints on what we were building. So we were really spread really thin from top to bottom. We try everything. I mean, we were always willing to fail. We tried a ton of different tools, from project management tools to, we even tried a custom software application company or two. We really thought systems were the way, other people's systems. I hired a coach that was a big software developer and had managed very large teams for very big companies. And that didn't really work. It was too much bureaucracy for a small creative agency. So it was through strategic coach and an associate that I learned of EOS, and then found the books that led me to Cullen. I mean, the biggest is we have that clarity we were looking for. Now everybody has a blueprint on where we're going. We can all kind of row the boat in the same direction, if you will. One of the things I've noticed in just a short amount of time is everybody now, whereas before every single person on the team was focused on fixing all of the problems in the business. We're now, each of us, dealing with our own seat, our own roles and responsibilities. We're all swimming in our lane, but in the same direction towards the same end goal. We're actually seeing a lot more people feel more confident in their roles and adding their capabilities, solving problems with their unique skills and abilities that we wouldn't have come up with otherwise. All in all, we now have guardrails to keep us all on track, and even signal flares, if you will, when we're starting to lean off track. So we know well before we have, call it a train wreck, before we can stop before we run off the cliff, kind of a thing. So we're not enthusiastically running in the wrong direction anymore. It's quite interesting to see when other people add their capabilities to our team, and I've heard other coaches talk about this, but it's an exponential growth. When we can add capabilities to each other's, we can kind of stack. We see compound interest, if you will. What led us to make the decision early on to hire a coach was really that we already had too much to do, adding a whole nother project on top of being behind in many other projects. So we were, humble enough to say we need somebody to drive the ship for us. But really, for me, it's always having a Sherpa, somebody that's been there before, that knows the path, that has the shortcuts, has had all the mistakes. I enjoy greatly learning from others, not just in our industry. So having that kind of cross-industry knowledge of how these tools are being used in other industries really helps us understand how we can better leverage it. And for an accountability sake, we are all accountable to each other. But when you have a third party, a cash time and outside accountability, you make that investment into anything, you're going to work a little bit harder to accomplish those goals. So we knew very early on that the value that we would receive versus the investment in money and time was far better working with outside help. Cullen shoots it straight. He doesn't pull any punches. I interviewed, I think might have been more, referral EOS implementers when we went down this path. And they were all great. They all cared about the business. They were all knowledgeable. They all had great client bases, lots of experience. But Cullen was just different. He was definitely one to tell you, not give you any lip service. And with the others, I didn't feel necessarily they were giving me lip service, but it just felt like they were scripted. It didn't feel like I was getting access. It felt like there was a block, like there was some sort of a filter being passed through. So Cullen has all that. He's got the experience. He's been there. He's self-implemented. He's implemented for people, and and he shoots it straight. And sometimes when you're in that room and you're making difficult decisions, you need somebody to crack the whip or to hold you accountable to something. And I never had a doubt from the very beginning, the first conversation I had with Cullen, that if we had our backs against the wall, he would let us know, and he would never pull any punches, and that's what we need when the stakes are decided. Success. What success means to me, the tangibles are, I spend all of my time working on things that I want to work on. I went from a calendar with less than 5-minute increments in between task or meetings down to hours on end for me as the visionary to spend time working on building the business. So for me, the big tangibles are, I've had a 1,000% increase in task items that I only want to do, and a 100% decrease in things I don't want to do. We're definitely seeing financial impact across the board, not just with teams, but for us, the culture, the team, everything is rising with the tide. Everything across the board. Well, again, all boils down to clarity. That's one thing that I will say about having an operating system and somebody to help guide you into that operating system is always the clarity. I have to give Alex Mandosian credit for this, but overwhelm is not from having too much to do. It's from not knowing what to do next. So we always know what to do next. So we've kind of fallen into this relaxed intensity where we can take everything that comes. Nobody is taking that business Chicken Little approach. The sky is never falling for us. There's still always a problem to tackle. There's it's managing the fire hose. You fix one problem, another hole breaks loose down the road. For us, it's not a chaos system anymore. Now it's what do we need to tackle? Everybody can kind of slow down, reevaluate, reassess, and go about it confidently in the future. So none of us really feel overwhelmed in the chaos, and we just know that this is business. You fix a problem today and prepare for the problem tomorrow. That's what we do. Congratulations. I would say you've made a great choice. I would say that you having an operating system for a business is a necessity, regardless of what operating system that you have. Every business needs an operating system, like a computer, right? Otherwise, it's just a bunch of random scattered people doing work. It's not focused. So you need an operating system. If you're going to pick one, I highly recommend the Eggs Momentum, because you're going to have somebody that not only cares about your success, but cares so much about your success that nothing else matters, even feelings. They're going to tell you what you need to know, and they're going to push and drive you to be the best version of yourself and your company that you can be. They've been amazing. Cullen and his team have been not just instrumental in helping us adapt to an operating system, but he's been a valuable, trusted partner, consultant, and honestly friend. Our relationship doesn't end with every single meeting. We are delicate with our requests. We're intentional. We don't hound him on every single decision, but he's always able to help us through difficult decisions. And we stay in touch, all throughout the month. And signing on with Cullen, you get a heck of a lot more than just an EOS implementer. You get a very valuable resource and friend.